and you're listening to Angel Talk with Sue with your host, Sue Broome. Sue, take it away.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, everyone. At least where I am, it's still morning. You are listening live to Angel Talk with Sue every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thrive Talk Network. And just a note for everybody that has to switch times. Next Monday, it's even though you switch times and switch your clock, it's still going to be 1 p.m. Eastern. Except for, ironically, I live in the state where I don't have to switch my clock, but the time will switch for me. So everybody in Arizona land that does not switch clocks, it'll be 10 a.m. Arizona time next Monday. So just a reminder and a shout out for, yes, 1 p.m. Eastern still applies for next Monday. I also just want to make sure that everyone has had a chance to listen to the Meditate with the Angels. That goes on Thrive Talk Network, 7 a.m. Eastern every single day. And then the replays right now are on YouTube. Excuse me. And I say right now because we have some exciting news. Thrive Talk Network. And in case you're listening live today, hopefully the website is working up and running. It seems to be on my end. There's a little switchover going on, and what that will allow you to do is as soon as it's switched over, it'll have a new look, and also as soon as all the past replays of Angel Talk with Sue and Jay Grace's show and the Meditate with the Angels, they will all be available as podcasts. So that's something exciting to watch for over the next few weeks. So thank you very much. And I'm excited about that. So today I will be taking your questions either through the web chat or you can call in to 321-445-1488, or you can also Skype the B Network, B as in B-E-E. And what I'd like to talk about today is overwhelm. Now, this is one of those things. In fact, I did a blog on it yesterday at empowerment4you.com, or you can also go SueBroome.com to read the blogs that I do. I do twice a week, and typically they are called Message from the Angels. And yesterday it was like, well, why do I want to write about overwhelm again? Because I have written about overwhelm in the past. And why is it coming up again? Well, it may be because I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now. And it's not just me. I've had clients over the last few weeks and friends just talk to me about the overwhelm that's going on in their life. And it may not be the language that people are using, but it's still about all of the things that are coming up in your days that just seem to be overwhelming, pushing you just a little bit over the top. And it could be from anything. It could be taking the kids to all of their after school, before school, during school programs. It could be taking them to school. It could be, I honestly don't know how parents do it with multiple kids, taking this kid here and this kid here and all of that goes along with that. It could be that. It could be switching websites over from one version to another. It could be just juggling all of the things that you have going on and looking at all of the plates that you have in the air right now. Yes, if you just think about all of the things that are going on and, you know, the old, is it a circus? I think it's a circus where you see that there's one plate that goes up and then there's two plates that go up. And if you imagine every single plate as a different thing that you have going on, and whether it's something that's going on in your life today that you have to take care of, or you're planning it for this week or the month or the next few months, there's still plates that are going on. And every single time you have a thought, it's like it's putting energy into that plate that is up in the air. And the more plates that you have in the air, the more stressed you get. And the more you may feel this overwhelm. And sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. I'd like to just step back and let all these plates just fall. And then watch all of them just fall before you. Well, we can't always do that. We can't just say, most times anyway, we can't just say, I'm going to go back to bed. I'm going to put the covers over my head. I'm going to put the pillow over my head so I can't hear any outside anything. And I'm just going to take a nap. Now, some days, maybe that is the answer, and maybe some days you can do that. But typically, that doesn't work. So, what are some of the things that are going on in your life? Just think about this. Now, what's funny is I always love how the angels work, because I was thinking about writing the blog on overwhelm, and then I typically will go and look at past blogs that I have done on whatever topic the angels are pushing me to write about. And I actually had 8 to 10, something like that over the years, 8 to 10 different blogs that I have done on this exact topic. So I'm thinking, okay, why do you want me to write about this again? And I just put it out of my mind, and I said, okay, when I sit down to write the blog for today, then if overwhelm is still going to be the topic, then you better give me something to talk about, which that's exactly what the angels do. They will give me the words that I'm supposed to write, the exercises that I'm supposed to write about. Sometimes it's an experience. They will have me close my eyes and go through an experience, and then I write about it. So it is really cool. I love how that works. And yes, when I wrote about overwhelm, there was many blogs that I had done in the past, and then it's like, okay, now we have overwhelm, we have stress. What am I supposed to do about it? That's the key. It's like, yeah, well, okay, angels, thank you very much for reminding me that I have all these plates in the air, but now what am I supposed to do about it? So that's what the blog is about. And as the angels will remind me, and this is something that I've noticed with my blogs probably for about the past 4 or 5 years, and I've been doing blogs since September of 2011. But I will put the blog out there, and then I'll wonder, okay, am I hitting the target, the target topic? And I will get some kind of a message back, whether it's through Facebook, through somebody asking me a question, through something I'm listening to. I will get a message to let me know I'm on track. Now, one of the things, and this may sound like it's off topic, but when we think about it, it's totally on target. Sometimes when we get overwhelmed, it is really because we're thinking about, well, what if I can't do this? Or what if this is going to be too much? Or what if, people aren't going to like me? That's part of the overwhelm that gets added to the plates that we're now tossing in the air. Oh, what if people won't like my blog? Or what if they don't like my website? Or what if they don't like the talk I'm going to do? It's like, so what? I have a friend that she's notorious for what if scenarios. What if this doesn't go right? And what if? And you know that you do it too. I will bet you money that you do the what if. And the what if is typically, what if it doesn't work? Well, what if it does? So I was listening this morning, and the woman I was listening to, her name is Dana Wilde. First time I've ever heard her talking, and it's Wilde, I believe. But she was talking about listing out what's going right? And it's like, well, yeah, because when we're overwhelmed, we're thinking about all of the things that are going wrong. And I do believe that sitting down and kind of making a list of, okay, this is what's going on my plate, or this is one of the plates that's in the air, and write it down, and this is another plate, and this is another plate, because sometimes that's what we need to do to get the overwhelm feeling out of our minds and out of our bodies, is writing it down. So first thing is write down a list. And whether you write it down physically, whether you type it out, whether you record it out, you can do it on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer. Write it out. These are all the things that are overwhelming me right now. And to get those out. Then take a couple of deep breaths. And breathing is so important. In fact, going back to today's blog, The Angels, their little message is so funny because they have a very specific exercise about breathing. And then they give some other ideas. And then they give me breathing again. It's like, well, but you guys already touched that. It's like, yeah, do you see how important breathing is? Because when we are overwhelmed, we hold our breath. Or we're taking these short, tiny little breaths. And that's not what breathing is. Breathing is all about breathing all the way into our bodies and feeling the breath come all the way in. And then when we release, when we exhale, it's exhaling the air that's been stuck in your body, in your lungs from last week. You know, I joke, but yeah, there's stuff that we're hanging on to that last little bit of air has probably been there for so long and you really want to push it out. So after you have listed out all of these plates that you have in the air, and you've taken a couple of minutes to breathe, then start a new list. What is going right? And this is listing everything that's going right. It's very similar to what do I appreciate or what's positive about what's going on in my life right now. But if you look at what is going right, and the more thought that you put into that, then you start getting excited. And when we're excited about things, those plates in the air don't seem like they're such a big deal. And sometimes when we write down all the plates that we have in the air from the overwhelm, some of them might disappear. Because you might look at it, write it down and look at it, and it's like, well, that's pretty unrealistic. Or that's actually laughable. Why am I considering this something that I need to worry about? Now, one of the things that I have said in the past, you probably have heard me say this, is our emotions need to be in motion. And as we're feeling this overwhelm and as we're writing all of the things down, all of these plates, it's helping that pent up emotion of stress, of fear, of anxiety, of, stuckness. It's helping get it out. It's helping it be in motion. So I think if you think about all of the plates that you have going on in your head right now, list them all out and look at them from a realistic standpoint. Now, also some of the plates, you might write down, okay, here's a plate and it seems like it's like a platter carrying a great big Thanksgiving turkey on it, not just a little saucer. And So maybe part of the overwhelm is you're looking at, oh my gosh, I have to cross the chasm and I have no idea how to get there. Well, maybe it's breaking that plate down, breaking the overwhelm down into, here is the step or the steps that I know. And yes, there's a bunch of unknowns, but right this minute, right now, I don't have to worry about it. So those are really some big key things. And I'm going to go back to breathing. It's really important. Now, I want to let, for some of you that I hope you can hear, I hope the connection is good. I did just get a text from a friend saying that she is not able to get onto the connection. So I do hope the connection is good for everyone. But I am going to take just one of our breaks. I'm going to take a break and see if there's anything that we can do to double check to make sure that people are getting the connection. So you've been listening live to Angel Talk with Sue on Thrive Talk Network every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and we will be right back taking your calls, your questions, and asking the angels. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jay Grace, and I'm really excited about a new show with our host, Sue Broome. Her show is Angel Talk with Sue, and it's going to be Mondays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Her debut is this coming Monday, so join her. Thank you.
In these challenging times, everyone needs a little guidance. The Virtual Psychic Fair is a once-a-month special online event where you can get the expert guidance you seek. Visit us at the Virtual Psychic Fair, www.virtualpsychicfair.com, or call toll-free at 888-626-7386.
Hi, this is Jay Grace, creator and host of Thrive with Jay Grace. This is a live variety talk show program that I'm very excited to produce for you. It's all about entertaining and always encouraging you to live the thriving life that you deserve. Remember, that's Thrive with Jay Grace, Thursdays live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because it is your time to thrive.
And you're listening to Angel Talk with Sue with your host, Sue Broome. Sue!
Hi, Mark. Thank you so much. And yes, you're listening live to Angel Talk with Sue, Mondays, every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern on Thrive Talk Network. And it sounds like in some areas you're able to hear us, in some areas you're not able to hear us. So hopefully you'll listen to the replay. But while we were on break, Mark said he had his first experience with a ghost. So I want to hear about this, Mark.
Okay. I was actually driving into my in-laws' complex, and they had the security gate, and I turned my head to the left, and I see this girl. She's about 5'4". She had a dark blue sweater. She had a private school, like the private school skirt.
Uh-huh.
She had big, thick black glasses, and she was upset, and she was reaching for the car. So I got startled, and I jumped. And as soon as I moved my head, it's not that she faded. It's like when you're looking at a mirror and you turn the mirror a little bit and you go out of sight.
Uh-huh.
It was just like that. So I saw her, and I start driving, and I start crying. Now, I'm not a big crier, Sue.
Uh-huh.
And I am crying and crying and crying. So my next step was we went online, tried to find her, this and that. Couldn't find anything on missing persons and this and that. But that was my first ghost.
Okay, so can I ask questions?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So when you saw her, were you looking straight at her, or was she out of the side of your eye?
Out of the side of my eye. Left side.
So what's interesting is there's a lot of times that we see things out of the corner of our eyes, and then we look and it's not there. And it's not that it didn't happen and that it's not there. It is that there's certain things that there's something about the way that our eyes are structured and the energy that they're using to come through into this dimension that we can see out of the sides of our eyes, out of the corners. And if we keep looking forward, we can continue to see them a little bit longer.
You know,
Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense because, you know, as I didn't move my head, there she was, and I actually saw her coming over to the car with a hand outreached, like she needed help. And then when I spun around to look at her, I mean, gone.
Yeah.
But I can, if I saw this girl now, I could tell you exactly. I could tell you exactly what she looked like.
This is not a ghost. This is the voice of Jay Grace. But I have to just say, I was in the car when it happened, and I responded to how he responded. I reacted like, "Who's there?" Because he was startled, like someone was coming at him. So I looked as well, and of course I didn't see what he saw, and I reacted because of his energy, and it freaked me out. And I didn't even see anything. It was really something special. Really interesting.
Well, and the other thing about it, Mark, you said that you were crying and you're not a crier.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is, this has happened to me. Boy, it happened when I was still living in Wisconsin. It's happened here where I'm driving down the road having a happy-go-lucky day, and all of a sudden something hits me out of nowhere and I start crying. And it's like, what? And you think about, well, what did I just drive through? So with you, it was such a powerful feeling from her. And it feels like, she's lost. Maybe she needs help.
She looked like she was in trouble when I saw her.
Mm-hmm. And so you were picking up on her energy and feeling all of that fear. And I want to say the word anguish comes to mind too. There's definitely something. And I think for you driving through that, noticing her and allowing yourself to have the cry and feel that, it also helps you with anything within your being that relates to that. With you crying, it actually helped release it.
All right. Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went on to missing children. Now, she was about 15, anywhere from 15 to 17 years old. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking on in the area of where we were in Orlando, and I see her. I see the picture of her.
Really?
And I'm looking, and I said, wow, this is her. This dark hair down to a little past her shoulders. Isn't it? So I found her, but this particular girl was found. So it couldn't have been, it could not have been her.
But
that's interesting.
From what he described.
But I mean, it was,
glasses, specifically?
Thick black glasses, I mean, everything. I could pick this up again, so.
Let me ask you, Sue. Do you think that it may be because it was such a frightening and traumatic thing? Could it be like an echo of her energy when she was lost and not necessarily a ghost?
Okay, that is so funny because, yes, and I'll tell you why I say that is because Tina just sent me a message and I just sent you guys one that everything is echoing.
Oh, I'm getting chills.
So that is spot on because as soon as you said that, I'm feeling the chills.
Yeah. Wow. Because I kept telling him that. I said, maybe it was, it's very traumatic. So maybe you just tapped into that.
Yeah, it could be.
Wow. So there's an echo besides that. Maybe we need to
Spirit,
take
you could stop the echoing now. We got the message. We got enough technical issues here. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah, it is. And Again, it's allowing ourselves in wherever we are, whatever going on, allowing ourselves to feel that feeling. And okay, so you expressed it, and I do feel that it helped you on some level. And the other kind of a lesson here is, if you are someplace and all of a sudden you're picking up on something, that some mood, some emotion that you didn't have before you walked into this place or drove through, if you ask the question, is it yours?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And many times that'll clear it, because, and that goes back to the show that I did on clearing our energy, keeping the energy clear. It really is it ours? It helps us ask the question and recognize, is it mine to deal with? Now, in this particular thing, I think absolutely there was something that you connected with, Mark, and that's why you saw her.
Yeah, because there's no buildings where I passed. There, it really was a gate and an empty, and a road. So.
And we try to do the history of it.
We try to do a history. I mean, nothing came up, so I'm thinking you're right. I just passed through her energy, and we just kind of picked up on each other.
Yep. So, and what you can do as a follow-up is you can think about her, picture her in your mind, and now you know who she is, and you can ask all of her angels and guides to really watch over her.
That's what
extra special.
Well, I did that at night. Remember I told
yes.
you to do that? I said, let's just pray for her and just make sure that she's okay, whether she's passed on or not, that she finds the help that she needs. Because clearly he was able to capture, tap into that. But I have a question for you, Sue. You have mentioned, asking, is this belongs to me? Mm-hmm. I'm very empathic, and I didn't realize I was empathic until several years ago. And it's really hard for me to remind myself to ask, is this really mine? So I'll wake up with pain.
She'll wake up with hip pain that's mine.
Yeah. And it takes me a while to figure it out unless he mentions it or something. Then I go, oh, maybe that's your pain I'm feeling. And it's very strange for me because once he says, yeah, that's you're feeling me, you're picking up me, it dissipates. It really does go away.
Right.
Fascinating to me.
It's, and having that reminder that, okay, is it mine? Whether it's a Post-it note, and you might have to have them plastered all over.
I'm going to have to tattoo it in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes. But, having Post-its in every single room. And they used to call me the Post-it queen. So for those of you that are listening and can hear us live, it sounds like there's still a little bit of an echo where there's a couple things playing at the same time. So I know that Mark is looking into that.
I'm trying, guys.
Okay. So with that, I am feeling like I'm going to pull. I love pulling cards. These integration cards. I'm going to pull a couple cards on the overwhelm, going back to our topic. And really with Mark's ghost, it was kind of a perfect thing, because sometimes we have all of these plates going in the air, and we get that they're our plates, but then you add in to the mix somebody else's plate. And it's like, now wait a minute, do I have to deal with their plate too? So when we ask the question many times, is it mine? It really isn't. And that plate will automatically, hear the snap? It'll just disappear. Now, for those of you that are listening, there was a show that I had done on overwhelm. And I would go back and I would listen to that show on the overwhelm. I'm looking to see if I can see which show it was, but I can't find it quick enough, so I will post it up in the notes. But go back and listen to the show on what can I do to keep my energy clear. So, all right, thank you, Mark. Saying that it's fixed. Oh, can't hear anything with two people talking at once. Yep. Okay. I think it's fixed. So hopefully you can only hear me. All right. So with that, I was shuffling the cards. I'm going to pull a couple integration cards on the overwhelm. Can you hear me shuffling, everybody? I'm shuffling. Shuffling. Now, the integration cards, I love these cards. These are by Diane Garris, and the integration cards are what we use for Meditate with the Angels. And every single week, it's a different card, and every single week, when I get on the phone with Mark, just before we're going to record it, I shuffle the cards just like I'm doing now, and I pull a card, and then I just go into the channel message that goes along with the card. So it's not anything that's pre-planned, but they're phenomenal. Go out and listen to them meditate with the angels. Okay, I pulled two cards on this. This has to do with our overwhelm. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. You cannot make this stuff up. So the first card I pulled is the sixth chakra, and this one goes in ABC. So this is 6B, so we're going a little bit deeper. And the word on it is present. What that means is be in this present moment. Now, that's something that will instantly take us out of overwhelm. Because if you are feeling all of this stress, all of this stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to breathe, because breathing does that. It will get us right back to this present moment. So thank you, angels, for that reminder. And that's something that you can do when you are feeling the overwhelm. Just get back to this present moment. And you can feel your breath. Pay attention to the feelings that you're feeling in your body. Whether, I have a slight headache coming on, my toe hurts, I stubbed it yesterday, whatever it is. Those are all of the feelings that will bring you back to this present moment. That's the first card. And the second one, love this too, and it's another B, meaning we're going deeper. This is 1B. This is the first chakra, and the word on this one is value. And that goes right along with what I had you do, or what you can do when you're feeling all of this stuff going on. Besides writing down what all your plates are, it's what is going right. So it's what's going right. Looking at the value. And I think part of what's going right is thinking about all of the things that you do that bring value. That bring value to your family, that brings value to your friends, that brings value to the reverb. As I'm saying this, it's like you have a pond of water and you touch your finger and you can see it just expand. Think about the value that you are bringing to your family, to your friends. So those are awesome. Thank you very much, angels. And I will take a picture of these and post them out on, they'll be posted out on Thrive Talk Network's Facebook page, as well as the Facebook group that I have created called Angel Talk with Sue. And anybody can join that group. And if you have friends that you think would be interested in that, you can automatically add them to the Angel Talk with Sue Facebook group as well. So with that, I believe we are going to take another break. And then if there's not any other questions, we may be doing a longer meditation today. I have a little bit more I want to talk about. So you have been listening to Angel Talk with Sue live every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thrive Talk Network. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jay Grace, and I'm really excited about a new show with our host, Sue Broome. Her show is Angel Talk with Sue, and it's going to be Mondays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Her debut is this coming Monday, so join her. Thank you.
In these challenging times, everyone needs a little guidance. The Virtual Psychic Fair is a once-a-month special online event where you can get the expert guidance you seek. Visit us at the Virtual Psychic Fair, www.virtualpsychicfair.com, or call toll-free at 888-626-7386.
Hi, this is Jay Grace, creator and host of Thrive with Jay Grace. This is a live variety talk show program that I'm very excited to produce for you. It's all about entertaining and always encouraging you to live the thriving life that you deserve. Remember, that's Thrive with Jay Grace, Thursdays live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because it is your time to thrive.
And you're listening to Angel Talk with Sue, with your host, Sue Broome. Sue?
Oh, thank you, and welcome back to Angel Talk with Sue every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thrive Talk Network. And it sounds like we may still be having some technical difficulties, and so I would like to apologize. So,
Okay.
the website is... Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss Jay Grace. Oh. No, I was just going to say we're switching over websites, so there may be some technical difficulties going on, but we're still recording the show, so that is... The replay will be perfect. I know it.
Well, you have a question, Sue, from Facebook, so...
All right, I'll take the question.
All right. Hi, Sue. I'm overwhelmed about my move. I'm moving to my new place with my cat at the end of this month, and I'm feeling very overwhelmed and very anxious. Is there anything I can do or ask my angels to do for me?
Yes, first, I think you need to read my blog for today. and, you know, I do joke about that, but I would recommend going and touching on the blog. Some of it is what we've been talking about, and I'm going to pull a couple cards for you too. So, but some of it is what we've been talking about with the breathing, getting back to this present moment, and moving. Oh my gosh, moving, it can always be a stressful thing. And some of it with writing down with, okay, here's all the things that I have to do. Here's all the people that I have to contact. Here's all of the, keep a notebook, an actual moving notebook. And going through, here's all the people I have to contact. Here's all the change of addresses that I do. Because sometimes that's our overwhelm, is it's going on in our head and we think we have to remember it all. But if we write it down, then at least it's in one place. And it's out of our brains. Now, I know moving in general can be stressful. I haven't ever moved with an animal, but I also can only imagine that they have their stress. Now, they're also picking up on your stress. So the more that we can keep ourselves calm and going into the present moment and taking care of things, it's going to help us. And it's going to help the kitty. Okay, I pulled one integration card, and I'm also pulling an Oracle of Tea. Oracle of Tea is also a deck. It's created by Diane Garris. And the thing that I love about this deck is sometimes even just me saying the Oracle of Tea, it's a reminder that, you know what? I just need to take a break. I just need to sit down and have a cup of tea. Okay, so 2 cards. One from the integration is 2A, and it's the 2 is for the second chakra. The A means we're going a little bit deep. And The word on it is passion. This has to do with, there's something, I almost feel like there's something about moving that you're looking at the move as more of the drudgery about it. And now look at it as exciting. Look at it as the passion behind the move. And packing boxes, well, that may not be fun. However, if you look at it as, oh, as I'm packing the boxes, I can weed out what doesn't bring me passion anymore. I read this book. It wasn't that great of a thing, so I'm going to set it aside to donate or get rid of. Same as when we're unpacking in the new place, it's like, oh, I get to find a new location for this. I get to find how I can decorate this new location from the, what did I like about the old location? I can bring it with me, or I can have a whole new palette, a whole new decorating scheme in this place, in this new place. I can also, if I want to let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? If I want to be somebody different in this new location, you can be, because people don't know you where you are. So 2A, bring the passion into your move. Bring the excitement. Don't just look at it as the drudgery, but bring the excitement into your move, into the packing, into the actual move, into the unpacking. There's going to be all the new different things that you're going to find in your new neighborhood. Look at it as an exploration and something exciting. The T card we have is gooseberry tea, and the words on it are clear direction, which I kind of laugh at the word direction because, you know what? When we're moving, we're going in a different direction. So something about this move is allowing you, and that's what it feels like to me, is allowing you to have a little bit more of a clear direction about what your next steps are. And maybe the reason you moved is to give you clearer direction. So the other thing that's really interesting whenever you move, you do this on vacation, but also when you're in a new location with a move, you can start a new routine that maybe you weren't able to start before. Maybe it's all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, this was my routine there. Wait a minute. The room doesn't look exactly the same. So I'm going to start a different routine that really does allow you to have a clear direction about where it is you're going. So I hope these cards are making sense. And if you're still on Facebook, you can post the answer out there. And I will make sure and take a picture, and they will be posted out on there as well. So for those of you that are able to listen, I'm really glad that you are. I know that there's been some, with the switchover, it's causing a few little glitches, but the replay will be perfect. And with that, I don't believe there's any other questions, unless Jay Grace, is there any other questions that you're seeing?
No, not right now.
Okay. So actually, I want to do one more thing. All right. I want to pull an Oracle of Tea card because we did a couple of integration cards. I want to pull an Oracle of Tea, and I think I'm going to pull two of them on the overwhelm topic, and then we're going to go into our meditation. So as I'm shuffling these cards, I want you to just take a deep breath and think about the overwhelm that you are releasing. Yes, a deep breath. Letting go of any overwhelm. Ooh, love this. Okay. And this is perfect. This is blueberry tea and raspberry tea. And the blueberry says, make room for the new. And this is all about also letting go of the overwhelm and plan on thinking about what's going right. That's the new. It's a new way of thinking. absolutely a new way of thinking. And when we're thinking about what's going right versus the overwhelm versus, whatever it is, whatever those plates are for you, it's exciting and new. The raspberry tea says, I know you're going to love this, you can handle it. But part of the handling has to do with, are you remembering to breathe? Are you remembering to breathe? Are you remembering to be in this present moment? Are you remembering to ask the question, is it mine? And letting go of anything that's not yours. Looking at things as one step or one thing at a time versus, oh my gosh, I have a whole house to pack up and move. No, I only have to do one box at a time. Letting go of the things that aren't yours. And just remembering to come back to, is this really mine? Do I really have to look at this? Or is it something I picked up from somebody else, from someone else's energy? And asking the angels for help. We can always ask the angels. And I am going to very specifically call on several archangels to assist us right now, as well as calling all your angels, your guardian angels, to come in. We're going to start going into our meditation, and I would like to very specifically call on Archangel Michael. Very specifically call on Archangel Gabriel. Michael helps give us strength and feel safe and protected. Archangel Gabriel helps us with our communication, helps us speak our truth, whether that speaking is with our voice, with our words, with our actions. I'd like to also call on Archangel Raphael, healing up any things that we have going on right now in our lives with whatever the situation is. So calling on Archangel Raphael to be with us. So we have three archangels right now. And the fourth one I'm feeling is Archangel Raziel. Archangel Raziel helps us with past lives, helps us clear past lives, but also if we want to strengthen the memories from a past life to bring it forward. Past lives aren't all about just releasing and letting go of any pains that we had. No, past lives are also about, wow, I had a past life where I was a phenomenal speaker. And now I want to pull on the energy and the knowledge and the wisdom from that past life and bring it into the life that I'm in now, because maybe I'm on the radio and I want to be able to reach more and more people. My goal, some of you already know this, 50,000 listeners. So right now we have Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and I feel like Michael is front left, Gabriel is front right, Raphael back left, Raziel back right. So call on all of your guardian angels and any guides, any ascended masters that you would like to be with you right now as we go into this meditation. So get yourself in a very, very comfortable position. Getting more and more comfortable in your chairs. If you're sitting, if you're driving, please pull off the road. If you're driving, absolutely call on Archangel Michael to be your co-pilot. So I'd like you to take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, in And one more. In and out. And as you're breathing, I want you to get into this present moment. Only paying attention to your breathing and the sound of my voice. Breathing in and out. And feeling your breath coming into your body all the way down to your toes. And as you exhale, you're releasing any stresses, any overwhelm, anything that's not yours, anything that no longer serves you. And we have the strength of the 4 archangels surrounding us, as well as our own guardian angels and any ascended masters. We have the love of the divine coming in through our crown chakra, expanding and strengthening, connecting and anchoring at our heart. And we have the love and the grounding of Mother Earth coming up through our feet chakras, connecting and anchoring at our heart, within our hearts, bringing us back to this present moment, feeling this loving energy that's all around us and within us. This connection is always here. As we're in this moment, we can feel the plates that we have in the air. It's as if someone else is taking over the juggling. And now we can see them suspended in the air. Suspended mid-air. And maybe some of them disappear because you realize they're not your plates. They're nothing that you have to worry about. And maybe they disappear because it's something that you realize, oh, it's not as big as I thought it was. So it just lightens the load just a little bit. Whatever that load is, whether you're moving from one side of the street to the other, whether you're moving across town, or whether you're moving to a different state, everything seems a little bit less of an overwhelm. Because I'm calling on the angels, calling on the archangels. I have ascended masters to help me. I have people in the physical that are in my life that are considered angels because they're always there when I need them. Having someone to listen, that right there helps the plates in the air seem a little bit less stressful, a little bit less of an overwhelm. Taking the time as you go about your day to think about what is going right. if you say that you don't have time to think about it, then take the minutes that you are in the bathroom to think about all the things that are going right. That will revamp and re-energize your day. All of the things that are going right. And as you're breathing and being in this present moment, have gratitude and appreciation for where you are right now, where you are this present moment, where you are in your life, where you are with all the things that are going right, even where you are with all the things that you feel the overwhelm about. Be grateful that you're able to figure out what they are. And that in and of itself allows the stress to be just that much less. As you're in your space right now, whether you're sitting or lying down, I want you to feel the loving energy of your guardian angels, the archangels, the ascended masters. And I want you to send them your love. And as you do that, the love that you feel back expands. Maybe even so much that you have tears of joy running down your face right now. Because that's all there is this loving energy, this loving feeling. Love. Bring more love into your days. I'd like you to start coming back into your body, wiggling your hands and toes, recognizing where you're sitting, wiggling your head, moving it back and forth, coming all the way back. And as you're still in this happy state, I want to remind you that Meditate with the Angels is every day, 7 a.m. Eastern on Thrive Talk Network. Replays are on YouTube. And Angel Talk with Sue every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern on Thrive Talk Network. And this show will be replayed tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. And the YouTube replay will be up as well. Angel blessings to you. Thank you for listening. And once again, I apologize for any technical difficulties, but the replay will be worth the wait. Thank you.